All right, let's jump right in. Something huge is going on in the world of precious metals, and honestly, it's taking pretty much everyone by surprise. Silver prices have gone through the roof, and today we're going to figure out what's behind it all, and it really starts with one incredible number.
Okay, first things first. Just look at this number. $59 an ounce. That is a new all-time high for silver, and it's a price that has caught the markets completely flat-footed. This isn't just a little market flutter. We're talking about a seismic shift.
So, the million-dollar question is, what in the world is causing this? And let me tell you, it's not the usual market chatter or economic news. The real reason is something way more specific and way more powerful.
The answer, and you might not believe this, boils down to just one word: India. Yep, that's right. A major change inside just one country is sending these massive shockwaves through the entire global silver market. So what exactly happened?
It all comes down to this one single, game-changing new rule out of India. A policy shift that is completely changing what silver means and what it can do for over 1 billion people.
Okay, so here's the deal. The Reserve Bank of India has put out this new framework, and starting in 2026, it's going to allow households to take their silver assets, we're talking jewelry, heirlooms, you name it, and pledge them as collateral to get actual loans from banks. This has never, ever been possible on a formal nationwide scale before. And make no mistake, this isn't some tiny policy change. As the experts over at Metals Focus put it, this is a huge deal. It's the first formal recognition of silver inside the whole regulated financial system. It's basically like silver just got a massive promotion to the same level as gold.
But to really get why this is such a big deal, you have to understand what silver means in India. It's not just about investing, it's about culture, it's about family, and it's a huge part of wealth for millions and millions of people. And the scale we're talking about here is just mind-blowing. Look at this. India makes up almost 80% of the entire world's physical silver investment. They are, hands down, the biggest player in the game. So what does that 80% actually look like? Well, it looks like this: 33,000 tons. That's how much silver Indian households have snapped up in just the last 5 years. It's an unbelievable amount of metal sitting in the hands of everyday people. And we're not talking about boring old bars sitting in a bank vault somewhere. This silver is woven into the very fabric of life, especially in rural areas. It's wealth you can wear, anklets, toe rings, ornaments for kids, and use every day, like utensils. It's passed down from generation to generation. So for years and years, all this silver has been valuable for sure, but it was kind of stuck. It was wealth you couldn't really use. But now, this new rule is like the key that's finally unlocking all of it. But it makes you wonder, right? Why did it take so long to do this? Well, there were some pretty big hurdles. For banks, it was risky. How could they be sure about the purity of a piece of jewelry? A lot of older stuff isn't hallmarked, officially stamped. Plus, you've got all these different metal alloys mixed in. There just wasn't a trustworthy, formal system to handle it all. But here's where it gets really interesting. We've seen this movie before, but with gold. India already has this massive $38 billion formal market for gold loans. And that just shows you the incredible potential here. If silver, which tons more people own, can tap into that same system, the numbers could be absolutely off the charts. And that is exactly what this new RBI framework is all about. It's designed to solve all those old problems. It creates a standard, a system. It brings that order and consistency that was missing, turning everyday household items into real financial assets.
So the new rule doesn't even kick in until 2026. But the market? Oh, the market is not waiting around. The global reaction has been insane, and it's happening right now.
Just get a load of this chart showing India's silver imports. It's wild. In 1 year, just one, the value they imported in October exploded from around $0.43 billion to over $2.7 billion. That's not just growth, that's a rocket launch. So what happens when the world's biggest buyers suddenly decides to buy, well, a lot more? You get a global supply crunch, plain and simple. There just isn't enough physical silver to keep up. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at the financial hubs, like London. In their massive over-the-counter market, the cost to just borrow silver, think of it like an interest rate for the metal, has shot up to record highs. That's a direct signal that supply is incredibly tight, all thanks to the demand pouring out of India. So, let's wrap our heads around this. This is so much more than a temporary price spike. What we're witnessing is a fundamental rewiring of the market. India is unleashing the financial power of its household silver for the very first time. And that leaves us with one heck of a question to think about. What happens to the rest of the world when an entire nation's heirlooms officially become part of the global financial system?